So today we worked on equivalent ratios. Now, if you finished yesterday's assignment, this really works off of today's assignment because yesterday when we learned about ratios, we actually simplified ratios. And when ratios are simplified, they're actually equivalent. So we talked about the term equivalent before, but it actually means the same value. Now, what is an equivalent ratio? It's a ratio that has the same value. So yesterday we learned about how to write ratios, and one way is to use the colon, and it says 12 to 4. So this can be simplified to have the same value as 3 to 1. We divided by 4 for each number. 12 divided by 4 is 3, and 4 divided by 4 is 1. Therefore, they are equivalent. Also, please note that this symbol means equivalent. As always, if you need to pause this and write everything, you should really do so. Now, also, I could go with an equivalent ratio where I'd have to multiply both terms. So 1 to 2 is equivalent to 2 to 4. How did I get that? I multiplied by 2 each number. 1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4. Now, very important to note that you will multiply or divide by the same number for each number. So we divided here, we multiplied here, we divided both numbers by 4, we multiplied both numbers by 4, and still remember, order matters. I kept them in the same order. Now, here is an example that we're going to work on for finding equivalent ratios for 12 to 33. So, the nice thing about this is that fractions are ratios. And since we've already done equivalent fractions, if we write our ratio as a fraction, we can determine an equivalent ratio. So when I look here, I can multiply or I can divide. So actually, I can simplify this. Remember, that's what we did yesterday. Both of these share the factor 3. So I divide both by the same number. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 33 divided by 3 is 11. Now, on the other hand, I could also multiply. So I can take my ratio of 12/33 and I can multiply by numbers. I can multiply by 2. And I know that that would equal 24/66. So 12 to 33 is equivalent to 24 to 66. I could also make it 12 to 33 is equivalent to, and I can just choose another factor to multiply by. This time I chose 3, and it would be 36 to 99. These are all equivalent. So 12 to 33 is equivalent to 4 to 11, which is equivalent to 24 to 66, and that is even equivalent to 36 to 99. Oop, look what I did there. I wrote the wrong number. It happens. Good thing to double check our work. Great lesson right there. So one thing that's to be noted is to make sure you multiply or divide, whichever one you're doing, by the same number, which I already wrote here, for each number. It's so important, okay? So here we're going to do it a little bit differently, so you need to make sure you write down this example. this is written as a word problem, and it is a ratio. John earns $3 for every 5 chores. So $3 for every 5 chores. Okay, that's a ratio, 3 to 5. But here it says how much money will he earn for 20 chores. All righty. So this is where I might change things up a bit so I can make things easier for me. He earns $3 for every 5 chores, but I want to find how much he earns in 20 chores. So this, I can use a ratio table to help me find that answer. So a ratio table is a T-chart. All right, so I'm going to just draw, it's not going to be a giant one. It's going to be just like this. And I'm actually going to write my chores, then my total money, total dollar amount. Okay, so I'm going to start with my chores, which are 5 for every $3. So that's a nice ratio there. And I want to find out how much he's going to earn for 20. Well, if I can't see a correlation right away, I can start to do a chart. So I can say, well, for every 10 chores, how much will he make? Well, remember, fractions are our friends when it comes to equivalent ratios. So I'm going to write my chores to the total money, which is 5 to 3. Now, I just said I want to make an equivalent ratio. So it's going to be 10. And what will it be here? What would I write here? Well, what do I have to do to 5 to get 10? Multiply by 2. So for here, I would multiply by 2, and I would end up with $6. Okay, well, let me add on another 5, and I have 15. So again, I'm going to take my ratio of 5 to 3 and find an equivalent ratio, but the 15 to what number? Well, what did I have to do to 5 to get 15? Multiply by 3. So I do the same with the bottom, and I end up with $9. Well, now I'm at 20. So I do the same thing. 5 to 3 is going to be equivalent to 20 to some number. So what do I need to do to 5? I have to multiply by 4, and I do both, and I end up with 12. So that would be $12. So my answer is $12. Okay? Well, what if they said, hey, I want to know how much money John's going to make after 50 chores? Do I have to write 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, then 50? No, I can just go right here and say 5 to 3, and I have 50 to some number. And what did I have to do to 5? I had to multiply by 10. So he would end up making $30. Now, this can also be the other way around. You could also have where you would have 50 to some number is equal to 5 to 3. Well, remember, multiplication and division are inverse. So 50 divided by 10 equals 5. So what divided by 10 equals 3? 30. If you know your math facts, you can figure this out. All right, that's it.